Hey guys, good morning. This is Bill, and we're going to go over the first 26 pages of blocking. And it sounds way more intimidating than it really is. It's not like Sisyphus back there pushing a pill bottle up a hill. Anyway, it always starts up pretty benign. Let me get the your blocking up for you. Okay, this is the stage. Let's talk about this for a second. Try and follow this. I don't know how to use a laser pointer or anything. Anyway, here's what you got. Let's start off with Beth off stage two. Uh, Remember, the stage is twice as wide as it is deep. I think it's 32 by 16. So that makes for, I don't know, just we can put more stuff width-wise than we can depth-wise. Anyway, you probably noticed that the stage as depicted here is actually flip-flop from what it says in the script. And so that's good. How to do that, because this part over here is more space for the actors to do their lines off stage, while this side is very, very cramped. It's pretty much so we'll do a lot of our costume changes and that kind of thing on this side. Regardless, the stage starts out on page 6. Beth comes in first, followed by Viv, Johnny, and then Parabola. The whole conversation of table or couch. They decided to take the table. I think Beth will be here. Viv probably over here. Johnny over here. And Parabola, you can pretty much be anywhere you want, but we'll see how it goes. The thing to remember is if you go over here, whenever it comes time for people to sit here, they have to be oblique to the apron. Okay. Remember, it's eyes, shoulders, bellies, and toes. Something has to be pointed toward the audience. Eyes, shoulders, bellies, and toes. For those who didn't get it the first time, it's eyes, shoulders, bellies, and toes. On page 7, the cue line for Beth to move to from here to Kit. When Johnny says "me too" on page 7, Beth moves to go to the kitchen to get the wine. When Parabola says "you old fart," Beth comes back in. This time she has a wine bottle, corkscrew, and some glasses in her hands. So she's kind of juggling this thing. Anyway, when Viv says my vote is for funerals, Beth is going to begin undoing the wine, and it's going to be a real struggle for her. She'll be pulling and tugging and all the other stuff. And when Viv says, "You ruined my mother's funeral," Beth hits herself in the face with the corkscrew because she's lost it. And then she says, "It's war now," and it's war now. Viv says, "Don't even bother," and then Bev says, "It's just a slip. I'll be right back." Then she goes back off stage. And then she quickly comes back on stage. And she immediately comes back on stage, this time with a yellow gloves, a screwdriver, and a hammer. Blah, 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 blah. And then that occurs, and this goes on, and the conversation about Mrs. Graziano continues for a while. And then when Viv begins giving the background of Mrs. Graziano and Dominic, and then Beth, everybody's seated by this time, and Beth starts she do, and then she lightly taps. the corkscrew against the table because she's thinking. She's getting angrier and angrier and angrier. And then it comes to the fuck that, fuck what, blah, 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 blah. And then it goes on and on and on until we get to page 14, where the lights will go out all of a sudden. And that's the end of the prologue. And at that point, these guys will leave. These guys will leave. Actually, and these guys will leave. But Beth does not. Beth goes off this way for a costume change. Okay. Beth comes back dressed in some kind of, I don't know, floral dress, as it says in the script. The stage is empty for a beat or two. There's a doorbell ring, and Beth comes out, opens the door, and starts inviting everybody in. Then goes the whole, oh, we haven't seen you in a minute, blah, 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 blah. And then she brings him in, and everybody goes pretty much the same way they did before, almost as if they have assigned seating, but not really. And then and as everybody's seated, of course, Beth shatters the plate, and that goes on. Now remember, at this point, there will be plates. The table will have plates pre-positioned. Beth will begin moving those plates to the credenza, and then one will fall. But other credenzas also, besides silverware and some plates, is also the rolled up blueprints. I mean, probably need to put some weight in the middle, but so on and so forth. So she starts knocking things off. It's kind of a sticky thing, but we'll delve down into the details of that when we start using props. Anyway, we go on to page I don't know, it's page on and on and on and on. When on page 22, Johnny says, I have to go to the bathroom, and he exits. He goes up there, he's gone for a little bit, and when Viv says hush about the difference in sizes, Johnny comes back on. And then Johnny comes back into the room, tells about what, blah, blah, blah. That goes on and on and on. And then finally, on page 25, there is an alarm. There is I think a beep, 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 beep from the oven or something like that to signal to Beth that she needs to go in there. She runs out off stage, and we hear a lot of thumping and bumping and balderall, and she comes back in a little miffed. Meanwhile, while that's going on, these two look quizzically at each other, like, what the hell's going on over there? So Beth comes in, and then there's the whole was that Nunya business. And so when Beth says, everybody get out of here, I'll talk to you about tonight after we're all done, she starts shooing them out of the house. She starts shooing them out. She, like a good hostess, as Beth is, she follows them out the door. She follows the crowd. She follows them out. 1, 2, 3. She follows them out. oh, it's so, I love you so much. I'm going to miss you so much. And then now on, she goes back. Then she was back, starts picking stuff up. And then that's it. That's the end of page 26. So that is kind of where we're at with that. So I'm going to stop sharing now. Okay. So that all looks pretty good to me. And then now, obviously this is our first, I haven't done the videos in a little bit, but I think we're going to be okay. So that's it. And then we're not going to use props right away, although we're going to try and do some stuff. But by and large, we're going to layer this thing, get the people where they need to be, and get the interaction between the actors the way it should be. And then we may or may not have Beth punch herself in the mouth, but that's all to be decided. But that's kind of part of the blocking too. Anyway, we'll cross that challenge when we come to it. Thank you so much for all the work you do. Remember, we got 9 weeks before we're putting on stage a full-length original production that's never been seen before. And it's going to be great. I just know it. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye.